To the work week here. Got a good practice today and then throughout this week, and obviously a great challenge going on the road versus a division opponent. Saw them back in week one, which seems like a very long time ago, but they've changed, we've changed, but looking forward to the challenge of going up against a Cincinnati Bengals attack. We know what that entails. Obviously, good players, good coaches, good scheme, that type of thing. They know us and we know them, so we got a chance to try to even the series and finish strong. So that's where our mindset is, and I'll take any questions you guys got.
Do you expect Zach to start at right guard, or are there somebody else sort of in the mix?
Certainly could be Zach. We have options there. We're working through all that.
I think he played Sunday in his kind of first extended chance of here.
Yeah, obviously Zach played last season for us, has not played as much this year, but has been working extremely hard, and I'm seeing a lot of that hard work show up in these games. So, I'm bullish on Zach.
The injured players, do we expect everyone that's healthy to play Sunday?
Yes.
Is David a candidate to potentially end up on IR before the end of the week?
He's still rehabbing that injury. He's expect him back tomorrow, but he can update you guys when appropriate.
With Wyatt, Kevin, having to put him on IR, just how tough a finish is it for him? He has had a season like that, and it's his last year under contract too.
Yeah, disappointed obviously for it to end with an injury for Wyatt. He rehabbed very hard to get back to play in that one, then aggravated that injury early in that game. So that was disappointing for him and for us. Obviously, he's played through a lot of injuries before in the past as well. Has played really good football for us. So, but disappointed that it ended, a week early. Yeah, I'd say he's rehabbing very hard. We'll see. Not going to practice today, but definitely not ruling him out.
Tyson Campbell, how have you seen him kind of fit in and settle in? The Pittsburgh game was his first game, and then even the improvement he made to Sunday's game.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Tyson's, the way he carries himself, the way he is in the building, the way he plays, the physicality with which he plays, how he plays the ball in the air. He fits in. I've told you guys, he fits in really well. Culturally, he fits in schematically. He's been awesome to be around. So, you think back to that first game that you throw him in there on short rest and just getting to know people's names and that type of thing. But he battled, and that was kind of a picture of a young man who's going to just give it everything he has, and that's what I think you have in Tyson.
Do you address the team at all with, just things swirling around about, your job security and all that kind of stuff, or do you guys, is it just business as usual?
No, the most important thing is what's in front of us, and that's our game Sunday down in Cincinnati. That's all we care about.
With Harold, all the stuff you guys have asked him to do this year, and I know he did a lot of that in college, but at what point do you start to feel comfortable kind of putting more and more on his plate as you're going through the offseason and the year?
Yeah, there's no shortage to what you want to, the schemes that you want to run with him and the roles that you want him to be in. I've told you guys over the years that those roles like that are earned, and he's earned it with how we trust him, how he learns, the things that he can do as a runner, as a blocker, as a receiver. There's been times where you want to throw him the ball, but you also want him to be the blocker. So you're kind of, all right, well, he can't do both on this play. So you're just trying to mix and match where you put him. But that speaks to his versatility, which I think speaks to his intelligence.
Was there a time in August that you thought he was really ready for this, or was it before that?
Oh, man. Probably before that, Zach. He was one of those guys when you're watching on tape, you could start to see it right away, the things that he could do for you. Then doing our homework on him, talking to his coaches, spending time with him, realizing this is a very mature 20-year-old that has the propensity to learn all these positions. And then, throughout rookie minicamp, throughout the spring, just the physical ability showed up, getting in and out of cuts, making every catch. I mean, it was pretty apparent to us.
Shador going into this last week, what's most important for him and his development, ending the year with momentum?
I think continue to build on the things that he's doing really well. Like I've told you guys, there's things that you ask him to improve upon each week, and he's diligent about those things. So it's just improving, and then winning. And we talked about that last week. We want to win as a football team. Obviously, as quarterbacks, we get judged oftentimes on wins and losses, and it's important, to finish strong. So that's what he's going to try and put this team in position to go win.
Do you feel that the 7 games that you will have had by the time all of this is said and done within the 7 starts, is that going to be enough for you guys to really take a good, strong look at this and say, hey, we think we've got something moving forward here?
Yeah, I understand the question, Mary Kay, but for me, really, I have the blinders on to the final game here versus Cincinnati, and that's where his focus is as well.
What do you like about what you've seen so far to this point?
Yeah, the exciting part, like I've told you guys, with Shedeur and with a lot of the young players, is improvement and asking them to improve on this technique or on this thing that has to do with the game, and these guys being conscientious enough to put the work in. So that's the exciting part of young players, is seeing constant improvement.
Zach Zinner, pretty high draft pick. What has kept him off the field? Is it physically from that broken leg? Or?
No, he's had players in front of him. A young player that has worked very hard, is ready to go in a moment's notice. Sometimes you need, the opportunity comes for a variety of reasons, and obviously his opportunity is coming here now, potentially at the end of the season, but doesn't mean that we're not working very hard throughout the week with him and all the work that he's put in with Coach Bloom, with Coach Wilkerson on the field. I think it's been a really positive season. While it hasn't necessarily been representative in a lot of reps in the games, I do think it's been a positive season.
He's come back from
their offense, when he's in there and the things that he's doing, we know, having gone up against him, how difficult he is to defend, and he can make plays on time, off schedule, can make every throw. He's somebody that we have a ton of respect for.
Success against them defensively. What is it about the way the players and the scheme you guys have on defense that allows you to match up as well against that offense?
Yeah, it's a huge challenge every week in this league, but certainly when you're going up against Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, multiple tight ends. Chase Brown is, I think, a great running back. They have a good rush attack. Each week presents its own challenges, but this is a unit that's playing, if not the highest, at the high, one of the highest levels on the offensive side of the ball. So we'll obviously always try to put our guys in position to go make plays, but it comes down to their players versus our players.
Good.
Okay, thanks, guys.